Up next this morning on DC News Now, it's the first day of early voting for voters in Virginia.
Yeah, what you need to know before you cast your ballot. Jackie.
Morning out there this morning. We're tracking dry conditions. We'll see increasing cloud cover out ahead of this system. Potential tropical cyclone 16. That'll bring heavy rainfall and some strong wind gusts at times through our Saturday. I have more details on the timing and the impacts coming up.
I thought it was a dream until I felt like the pain in my leg.
Also ahead, a major crash on a New York highway injuring several students and killing 2 adults. We're learning more from one of those students this morning.
Plus, mixed reaction from people weighing in on the Washington Commanders returning to the location of RFK Stadium. What the team's new owner had to say.
But first, we are stretching your dollar with a few deals coming up next month.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
It is 6 o'clock on this Friday. We are starting with a live look right now outside. It is nice and cool, but that will change a little bit this weekend. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Tosa Fakile filling in for Tanaya Wright.
Yeah, good morning to you. I'm Corey James. Shanika's tracking your morning commute this morning. She's going to have more on that in just a second. But Jackie, turning things over to you. It is really just kind of the calm before the storm.
Exactly. We're going to be watching that system move in as we look ahead towards the day tomorrow. We're looking at soaking rainfall and gusty winds through much of our Saturday. Really not ideal for any of those outdoor plans you may have, and also not ideal for travel as well, just because we do see the potential for some flash flooding at times. Satellite and radar showing us there's that system. Now the low, the center of the storm, is just off the coast of the Carolinas, but that leading edge of the rainfall, that's starting to push in right along the Outer Banks there and even into southernmost parts of Virginia at this point. So this is a pretty far-reaching system, and that will continue to move its way north-northwest over the course of the next several hours, and then overnight tonight and tomorrow morning, that's where we're going to be watching for some of that rainfall being pushed into our area. We do have some tropical storm warnings in effect. That's for Calvert and St. Mary's County, the southernmost parts of Maryland. This is where we could see the brunt of some of the wind as well as some of the heaviest of the rainfall. And then we also have the coastal flood watches. That's for DC, Northern Virginia, as well as parts of Maryland, including Annapolis. And this is right around the high tide cycle. That's when we could see some of that potential flooding around that. So we're looking at some tropical storm force winds, heavy downpours, dangerous storm surge, and flooding possible. I'll have more details on this for your Saturday forecast coming up. Shanika's back to the on-point and look at those roadways. How's traffic?
All right. Well, it looks like we have some problems out on the Capitol Beltway. Here's College Park, the inner and outer loop just past Route 1. We have a crash on the inner loop side, and that's heading toward the 95 interchange. They're right in that area. Do expect some delays. It looks like I'm seeing some red and some yellow on the maps right now. 95 on the Maryland side is looking good. Northern Virginia, great as well. Off of 95, though, in Maryland, Powder Mill Road. Watch for a crash, and that is heading south right near Cherry Hill Road.
All right, Shanika, thank you. It is 6:02, and today is the first day you can vote early in the November 7th elections in Virginia.
Yeah, DC News Now's Liberty Zavala is live this morning in Arlington, breaking down those key races and the issues that are on the ballot. Liberty, good morning.
Good morning, Corey and Tosin. Well, we are right outside one of those early voting centers and locations right here at Walter Reed Community Center, where you can cast your vote today. And some of the key issues for the November elections will center on abortion rights. Currently, the state has been denying Governor Glenn Youngkin's push for abortion restrictions. Now, this election will also decide which party will gain control of Virginia's General Assembly. Right now, Republicans are working to flip 2 seats to gain control. Meanwhile, in Northern Virginia, here is what is on the ballot. Fairfax County Commonwealth's attorney is running unopposed. 3 candidates in Fairfax County are running for sheriff. Meanwhile, Arlington Commonwealth's attorney is running unopposed. Arlington Sheriff is also running unopposed. In Loudoun County, 2 candidates are running for school board member at large, and the Loudoun County Sheriff is facing challenge in this election. And to learn how you can vote by mail or find an early voting center near you, just head to our website at dcnewsnow.com, and we'll have those links posted for you there. For now, live here in Arlington, Liberty Zabala, DC News Now.
All right, Liberty, thank you. Montgomery County Public Schools under the microscope once again.
Yeah, Montgomery County Office of the Inspector General says it is now reviewing how MCPS responded to allegations of misconduct against school system employees. The IG's office is opening 2 investigations. The first will look into how the school district received and responded to allegations of misconduct. The second will focus on allegations of misconduct by Joel Bittleman, which have not been investigated. Meantime, the county's Board of Education not answering questions about the investigation, and County Executive Mark Elrich says this is troubling.
You ought to know what happened, and you ought to know why you weren't given that kind of information, and I don't think it's that hard to say.
The county's Education and Culture Committee will hold a session next week to discuss steps the Montgomery County Board of Education is taking to address the findings.
This morning, charges still stand for former Loudoun County Public Schools Superintendent Scott Ziegler. He appeared in court yesterday, hoping to have them dismissed. Loudoun County Circuit Court, though, struck down that motion. The school board fired Ziegler back in December over the alleged mishandling of 2 sexual assault cases. The judge ruled he could not find proper cause to dismiss those charges.
And 6:05 happening now, Virginia Senator Tim Kaine sounding the alarm over the looming government shutdown that could happen in just over a week if a deal is not reached by September 30th. The senator says small businesses and federal workers would be impacted. A government shutdown means non-essential workers would not go to work and wouldn't get paid. Essential workers, they'd have to work for free. A shutdown would impact more than 144,000 workers in the Commonwealth.
October is a particularly bad time for a government shutdown for some. We have a lot of communities in Virginia around national parks, like the Shenandoah National Park. And if you're in a tourism business, a hotel, a restaurant, maybe an outdoor store, this time in the fall is probably one of your 2 busiest seasons of the year.
The government will shut down by October 1st if Congress cannot pass a new funding bill. And as lawmakers try to avoid a government shutdown, some people are concerned about how it could affect them when it comes to federal monthly payments they receive. Thankfully, services like Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security will not be affected. Those services are paid for through permanent funding that doesn't require renewal.
And new data from the Internal Revenue Service shows D.C. lost almost $3 billion in tax revenue after more than 30,000 people left the district during the pandemic. The report also found many people who left earned between $100,000 and $200,000 each year. Meantime, taxpayers who left a district often settled close to D.C. in places like Prince George's County, Montgomery County, and Fairfax County in Virginia, according to the report. The IRS says the district lost $600 million in tax revenue to Montgomery County. And Maryland's Lieutenant Governor is joining the Maryland Motor Vehicle and the State Highway Administration to get public input on how to make work zones safer. Through October 12th, people in Maryland can go to zerodeathsmaryland.gov to find the work zone survey, as well as your local Department of Motor Vehicles office. The Work Zone Safety Group will then take this data and create a list of recommendations about how to move forward with safety changes to these work zones. Lieutenant Governor Miller says that their focus is to emphasize that all drivers have a responsibility to drive safely so lives are not lost on the roadways.
Virginia is getting $100 million in federal funding to ease congestion on a critical railway. Senator Mark Warner and Tim Kaine announced the funding to design and build a Franconia-Springfield bypass. Take a look at your screen right now. Plans show a 3rd track added to the current station. It has a platform and pedestrian tunnel in between. Once it's complete, the project will allow Amtrak and Virginia Railway Express trains to bypass freight trains. The goal is to prevent delays. Construction is expected to wrap up in 2026. And did you know the Metropolitan Washington Airport says Dulles International Airport is becoming the fastest growing gateway in the United States. They say Dulles saw more than a 30% increase in international passengers this year compared to 2022. The airport also had more than 2,000 flights scheduled, and 4 airlines added new nonstop flights.
500,000 Americans are regaining Medicaid coverage after the federal government says they were dropped because of computer errors. The Federal Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services say the issue affected people in 29 states and also one location, which was D.C. The agency says that error affected children who should have been eligible for Medicaid at higher income levels, even if their parents were not.
Oh, it's a major day for Apple users. The iPhone 15 is going to be available in stores this morning. Now, with all that excitement, DC police, they're reminding people who pre-ordered their phone for delivery to be on the lookout for porch pirates. Officers say bring packages inside quickly or ask a trusted neighbor if you are away. Place branded packaging inside another box so someone looking inside your trash cannot see what was bought, and record your device's serial number for tracking purposes just in case it is stolen. All right, 3 major retailers are offering early holiday deals, giving consumers a chance to stretch their dollar this holiday.
Yeah, DC News Now consumer reporter Ben Dennis has a look at how you can save.
Target, Walmart, and Amazon are battling it out yet again, offering savings events at roughly the same time. So what sales are promised, and how can you ensure that the price promoted is the most affordable? Well, Target Circle Week happens first, October 1 through the 7th. Walmart Deals Holiday Kickoff, that's October 9th through October the 12th, according to Retail Dive. And finally, Amazon Prime Days happening October 10th to 11th. For Target Circle Week, they promise thousands of gifts under $25, plus more than 10,000 new items, including 1,000 new toys, and up to 40% off for Target Circle members, which is free to sign up for. Walmart reportedly featuring deals online for electronics, home, fashion, and toys. Amazon Prime's big deal days, including discounts on Dyson, Sony, Barbie, LG, and more. Meantime, download those browser extensions, Rakuten, Capital One Shopping, to name a few. They will automatically price check for you, searching other websites if they offer the same product for less, also granting you cash back opportunities on future purchases. And more ways to stretch your dollar, visit DCNewsNow.com and search browser extensions for different options offering different notifications and services. Ben Dennis, back to you.